So Mystic River Falls replaced Lost River of the Ozarks. Have you ever thought just what else might be replaced at Silver Dollar City very soon? Let's talk about that. Hey, this is John with TPF Trips, Places, and Fun. And at TPF, we show you how to have fun and exciting travel adventures. So no topic travel related is taboo, but I tell you what, I wonder how many out there are going to be a little bit triggered as I start to share with you some of these thoughts, just coming out of my brain, wondering, they're questions, thoughts about what rides and attractions might be replaced or enhanced or refurbed next at Silver Dollar City. Now, of course, what got me thinking about this was the fact that Mystic River Falls replaced a fan favorite, Lost River of the Ozarks. Oh my gosh. In fact, it wasn't that long ago that Amy and I, we did a video where we shared our 6 favorite rides at Silver Dollar City, and Lost River of the Ozarks made the short list. It's on the list. And I mean, it's iconic. We love that ride. Amazing. So much fun. But was it the perfect ride? Was it the best that Silver Dollar City could do? No, it was not. Which brings us to Mystic River Falls, which is opening this summer, 2020, at Silver Dollar City. And man, I'm ready. I'm excited. I'm thrilled. And guess what? I am no longer missing the Lost River of the Ozarks. Not missing it. Why? Because as time progresses, it simply becomes necessary to improve, to replace, to refurb. It just has to happen. Now, I get it. Some of you purists out there, you are not digging this in the least. You don't like it. You know, and listen, I've been going to Silver Dollar City for 40 years? I'm 50 years old right now. 40 years, right in there, somewhere right in there. And I know this. I was 13 when we moved to the Branson area, and my dad took a position in personnel at Silver Dollar City. So that gives you an idea of how long ago that was. And we were visiting Silver Dollar City in the area well before we actually moved here. So 40 plus years of visiting Silver Dollar City. And I've got to tell you, I miss some of the stuff that's no longer with us. For example, who out there remembers Rube Duggans diving bell? Hey, leave a comment down below. Let me know. Did you ever ride Rube Duggans? It is by far my all-time favorite ride at Silver Dollar City. I miss it to this very day. And by the way, Lost River of the Ozarks is what it was, the ride that replaced Rube Duggans. It was in the exact same place. And so isn't that interesting? My all-time favorite ride, Rube Duggans, was replaced by Lost River of the Ozarks, which loved it, absolutely loved it. But I asked myself this question. And by the way, we're going to get into five rides and attractions here at Silver Dollar City, Branson, Missouri, that very well may be replaced, maybe refurbed, maybe nothing at all. We're going to talk about 5 of these. But before I do that, Rube Dugan. Now, would I want Rube Duggans' diving bell to still be with us? Oh, yes, I would. Absolutely, I would. Definitely, I would. I would, or would I? Would I? Exactly as it was, would I want Rube Duggans' diving bell to be back here? Remember, I have all these great memories. They used to have these characters out front, and I remember waiting in those lines and just so excited. And would I want Rube Duggans' diving bell in its original form to be with us today? I don't think I would. I don't think so. Now, for nostalgia purposes, well, yeah. I mean, you walk in, and wow, it's just how I remember it, and and it's got that antique kind of thing going on. It's like, oh yeah, it's precious. Don't touch it. Don't break it. But in reality, would I want Rube Duggans today in its current state? I don't think so. Why? Because technology is light years ahead of where it was back then. And it could be better without violating the original vision of Rube Duggans. It would be better. It would be way better. I mean, everything would be better, even in terms of capacity and how long you have to wait in line, to the actual seating, to the visual, the audio, the special effects. I mean, everything would be radically different. You know, man, I know a lot of you Silver Dollar City folks don't like being compared to Disney. I get that, but and I'm not comparing because it's two radically different parks. But just as an idea of where technology has come, I want to implore you to search on Google. Just do a search and look for a ride through of the new Galaxy's Edge ride, Rise of the Resistance. Watch it all the way through. It will absolutely blow your mind. Blow your mind. Where we have come in terms of rides, attractions, themed experiences, immersive experiences. It will just blow you up. And you can, so it'll give you an idea of the capabilities of technology, not just technology, but of artistic ability and all of that. It will just, you'll sit there with your jaw. If you're like me, your jaw open, just like, oh my gosh, it's incredible. And so I look at things that are being done today, and Rube Duggans would be a smash hit if reintroduced with modern technology and the abilities of craftsmen today. So that's where I'm starting from. You know, Mystic River's replacing Lost River, and well, what else is going to be replaced? Let's look at this. I'm going to start at kind of the bottom of the list, the least likely. And in fact, this first one I'm going to present is kind of fantastical. I don't know that it would ever happen, but I can dream just a little bit. What about the train? Now, I know the train's not going anywhere. We don't want it to go anywhere. The train is the train is the train. I've heard people talk about ways to kind of enhance it or change the, add track. I don't know. Here's my idea. Again, I get it. This is beyond, it's probably not going to happen. But some of you, Silver Dollar City, if you watch this is a great idea. Some of you out there have been to Universal Studios and have taken the backlot tour. And so you get in a tram and you're cruising through the backlot. And then there comes a point when the tram drives into a big building. The garage door opens up, in goes the tram, and all of a sudden they're kind of in a different world. And there's all sorts of special effects, and the tram starts rocking, and there's big giant movie screens, like 4K movie screens, and I'm not sure what's going on in there right now. Remember, like King Kong was there, and you'd feel King Kong kind of shaking the tram, and you'd have this incredible experience that made the tram ride. I mean, you'd ride the tram just for that. And then it's all done and you cruise on out of the building. What if, again, it's a big idea. What if there was a big building right where the train robbers are and right where the Christmas story is told during the Christmas season? The train, I'm talking a massive building, really tall, really wide, really long. And the train chugs into the building, all of it. It fits all of it. Inside that massive structure is where the train robbery happens, and it's where the Christmas story is told. But start to dream a little bit. What if in there you could have anything? You could create a village. You could build that. There could be a massive movie screen. In fact, on both sides of the train, so that you don't have to only be over on the right side. And in fact, there would be stuff from the front of the train to the back of the train, so now you don't only have to be in the middle of the train to see what's going on. So there's this 360 kind of experience wrapping around you, and of course, still 1880s. But you've got these movie screens, you've got these structures built, and you've got all sorts of action going on, and the audio would be perfect. The visuals would be perfect. The effects would be amazing. And so you could do the exact same thing that you're doing right now, except now the train cruises into to an old town, old village or whatever. And, or it could be anything. It could be their hideaway. I mean, you dream away. It could be absolutely anything. I love that idea. Not just because I came up with it. I just think it sounds cool. And so you just cruise in, and it's this immersive environment. Of course, big dollars to make something like this happen. But man, I tell you what, you need to get some more trains rocking and rolling. Probably would need to add some track, because you're gonna have a lot of people wanting to get in on that. It would be a precedent-setting train experience. Silver Dollar City, you can do this. All right, so again, starting at the back of the list here, probably not going to happen. Next one, probably not going to happen, simply because I think this attraction is taboo, off limits. Don't touch it. Do not touch. Don't touch. Grandfather's Mansion. It's very possible that in 40 more years, Grandfather's Mansion will still be there in its current state. Totally, probably will be the case. But I do think that it would be cool to bring in the HGTV crew, the people that they know how to tear things down and build them back up. And oh, by the way, the next three things I'm going to talk about, boy, some of you are not going to like it, but we'll get to it. But talking about Grandfather's Mansion, how cool would it be to gut that thing and to completely recreate it? And now there's secret compartments, and there's hidden technology involved, and things are opening and shutting, and still Grandfather's Mansion, still the same kind of a concept, but just completely revamped and just stunning and amazing, and just you can dream on that one a little bit. You got ideas on that? We own escape rooms, my wife and I. And so we love to think about the mystery and about, the intrigue and hidden things and, hidden technology and all of that kind of stuff. So I think there's something that could be done to make the Grandfather's Mansion even more incredible. All right, now these next three, you may not like. But again, you got to remember, I'm a big fan, huge fan. I mean, a big fan, mega fan, crazy big fan. But I'm just thinking, Rube Duggans is gone. I wouldn't want it back in its original condition. I'm thinking that Lost River of the Ozarks is gone, and I loved that ride, but I'm more excited about the replacement. Is it possible that these next three could be replaced, and we'd be more excited about the replacements? Number whatever we're on, let's see. This is 1, 2. This will be number 3. Is this number 3? Train, Grandfather's Mansion, number 3. The American Plunge. The American Plunge. Now, I would almost want to say the American Plunge is a great ride, but I don't think it is anymore. I think it's a good ride. It's a historic ride. It has that historic feel to it. It's fun to ride when you're hot. It's a log flume. Bottom line, there's good Silver Dollar City log, American Plunge music. It's really not that great of a ride. And again, let's talk about Disney just for a second. I know. Trigger alert. Think about Splash Mountain. Splash Mountain is the epitome of log flumes. And so it's more about the ride than it is the plunge. And so could we see the American Plunge replaced with something that is epic, that you've got all of these indoor areas, and you've got animatronics and epic music and lighting and all sorts of things happening, and wow, I think it would be incredible to go that direction, to do something like that. It would be just take it to like way higher level, and again, I know all of these suggestions, big dollars, big dollars, but I did hear about how Silver Dollar City has spent a lot of money in the last decade, and they're committing to spending a lot more going forward. So gives us room to dream a little bit. I think the American Plunge could be reimagined radically. I believe it's getting close to time to be done with the American Plunge. It could really be just a phenomenal draw. They're building, of course, we've talked about it, Mystic River Falls. Maybe they don't need another plunge ride. Maybe they can get rid of the American Plunge and get really creative, something for the whole family. Maybe still water related, maybe a boat ride, maybe, it could be anything, but it would not surprise me to see American Plunge replaced soon. They had the Wilderness Water Bog, and you remember that? I loved that ride. How many times am I going to say this in this video? I loved that ride. And I was actually one of the testers for that ride when the prototype was built in the employee parking lot, and I got to ride it as they were prototyping it. And so there's a little extra special something there for me. And so it was so much fun, when it was here, and now it's not here anymore, and it's kind of sad, but you move on, right? So I think the American Plunge might be on the way out. All right, these next two are going to be even more difficult, I think. Okay, this one, it just has to go. It doesn't have to go. Let me start this over. This is my go-to ride. Sometimes multiple times a day. I've been on it hundreds of times. It's a what you're already guessing what it is. It's a wonderful, relaxing, fun, immersive, dark ride called the Flooded Mine. It's showing its age. I hate to say it. It's showing its age. It really is. And it's probably the ride I've ridden more than any other at Silver Dollar City, probably by far, actually. And to this day, I like to go and go through the queue and talk to the prisoner and get in the boat and have a nice leisurely journey. Much of the time, I don't even use the gun anymore. I just watch and enjoy, and my kids love it. It's a good ride. A lot of memories. But I think it's time. It really, really is showing its age. So what if we replaced that with something? And again, I know we're going into the Disney kind of thing, but Pirates of the Caribbean, where it's grander, it's bigger, it's and make it the Flooded Mine Part 2. But now we have all brand new animatronics. They're actually fairly convincing animatronics, and with still water everywhere and water explosions, but take the special effects like to a whole other level. I mean, just blow that thing up, and maybe have some minor little drops, or whatever. But big scenes. And now I understand the footprint there is you're kind of landlocked. I don't know how much room you have to develop right there. You don't have much at all. And so the footprint is going to be a problem in terms of how big you can get, but you can still get creative. So I'd revamp the whole thing, gut that thing, but make it similar, maybe the Flooded Mine Part 2, and everything is new. Everything is new. New scenes, don't recreate the scenes. Brand new scenes, brand new animatronics, brand new special effects, brand new boats. Oh, and by the way, if they're gonna keep the shooting part of it, which is cool, let's go the route of something like Men in Black at Universal Studios, or Buzz Lightyear at Disney, where it's just really responsive. Maybe you've got a screen of some sort, right in front of you. You can see what's happening right there. See your score. But super mega responsive, and then really take, even though it's kind of there are some cool things that are in there right now, but But with the new setup and the new effects, I mean, just take it to a whole other level to where, I mean, you hit something and there's this massive water explosion or whatever. But I would like to see the shooting, the gun part of it kind of taken to another level, the shooting gallery part of it. And so, yeah, what do you think about that? I know there are people out there that you just want to hang on to that thing. And again, you got to understand, before you leave any mean comments, who would do that? No one would ever leave a mean comment. You got to understand, I'm a fan. I am a mega fan. Huge fan. When it's hot out, I like to go in there. When it's cold out, I like to go in there. I'm a big fan. Big fan, but I'm also a realist. And I think the flooded mine is nearing the end of days. All right, this brings us to the most difficult, the most controversial, probably the one that would make me the saddest. My personal feeling is that after all of these years, it's time for Fire in the Hole to go. Take a moment. Breathe in, breathe out. It's time. Fire in the Hole is my favorite ride. I don't ride it as much as the Flooded Mine simply because of logistics. A lot of times I'm carrying camera equipment around, can't take it. And sometimes the littlest ones don't want to ride it. So the Flooded Mine's our go-to. But my favorite ride is Fire in the Hole. And I know that's true for a lot of people. So, just like everything else that I'm talking about, gut that thing. Fire in the Hole Part 2, whatever you want to name it. And take it to the nether regions of what an indoor coaster could be. I mean, wow. I mean, the special, the pyrotechnics and those special effects and the, everything. Just recreate that thing, make it longer. I wish it was longer. I don't think it's long enough. More capacity and smoother. There's a whole lot of reasons, why we need to make some changes. I think is it's not as smooth as it could be. Sometimes even this past year, the audio hasn't been there. But hey, what if we just did Part 2, the music, keep the music. That's iconic, forever music. You got to have the music, and some of the voice acting, keep that, but just reimagine the story and reimagine everything. And so I think a new Fire in the Hole would be amazing. I believe it needs to be an indoor ride. Don't eliminate the indoor dark ride part of it. Keep it indoors. I think if you replaced it with something that was not a dark ride, would be disappointing. It'd be kind of sad, but it's getting there. I wouldn't be sad if it wasn't replaced because, again, it's my favorite ride and so many memories. But I think it's about time. It's about time. So that brings me to, what do you think? There's so much other stuff I could have talked about. Things that we could revamp or redo. Even maybe some of the food. I mean, I was going to start thinking about how could we revamp some of the food, but that's another video for another time. What else could be done? And, like I said, boy, this is by no means a complaint because Silver Dollar City they are rocking the way that they are growing over the last years. And I love the shows. I'm so happy they brought a kind of a Broadway style show into the summertime with Ruben. Hey there, Ruben. And how the swashbuckling adventures, and I love how they did that. I think that was a great idea, and there's still room to dream. There's still things that can be better, and so that's why I wanted to kind of bring this to you. What do you think? How would people react? There's a great question. How would people react if each of these were replaced? The train I don't think will be replaced, so you can X that off. But how would people react if my suggestion came to pass? How would they react if Grandfather's Mansion were gutted and changed? What about the Flooded Mine? Would people be okay with that? Fire in the Hole, the Plunge. And what other rides out there do you think have gone, that's past due for them to kind of head off to the roller coaster graveyard in the sky or whatever the ride is. What else is out there? What else do you think needs to change? But leave some comments. I'd love to hear what you have to say. Hey, if you're one of these purists, which I'm kind of a purist, if you are one of these purists, big into nostalgia, you don't want anything to change. There's a lot of them out there. A lot of Silver Dollar City people out there. In fact, a lot of them were all uptight about pumpkin nights and how the crafts weren't, at the forefront. And so a lot of people don't like change. They like things to stay the same. I get that. Totally get that. So there's a lot of people out there like that. What else, though, do you think could change? What else? What other ideas do you have to make Silver Dollar City even better? And it's already like one of the best parks in the world. And, but those of you that they're kind of into the nostalgia, come up with some ideas. I challenge you. And be nice. There's people that don't like change, but you can think about it. And you can be nice in the comments. Be nice. Because this is exciting and dreaming is fun. And we all love Silver Dollar City. All right, there you have it. That is, well, that's a big thing. Silver Dollar City's going to be spending a little money over the next few years. Let's give them some ideas, right? All right, there you have it. We will talk to you next time. Safe travels, everybody.